Hi, seventh graders. So now you are watching this video to check your answers. So that means you have completed your study guide on your own, and you are simply seeing to make sure our answers agree. All right, so the first question is this proportion set up correctly to find x? So let's see what they did. They did small triangle over big triangle. So small over big. So the next proportion has to also be small triangle over big triangle, right? But they did the opposite. So this is not correct. This is not correct. So if they're going to do small to big, the second proportion has to be small to big. So 9 over x. So this ratio has been flipped upside down. That's the error. Explain the error. This ratio is upside down, I guess you could say that. And so then it says solve correctly. So let's cross multiply. So 6 times x is 6x. 24 times 9 is 216. And then we're going to divide by whatever's on the side with the variable. And that would be 6. So when we divide both sides by 6, we get 36. So x is equal to 36. All right, number 2, if Jacob took out a $7,000 loan, that's going to be our principal. He was on a 5-year payment plan, that's our time, and was charged 5% simple interest. So we're going to change this to 0.05. The question is, what is the total interest? How much interest would he be paying? So interest is equal to principal. Whoops. Interest is equal to principal times our rate times our years. So we're just going to put that in our calculator. 7,000 times 0.05 times 5. He would pay $1,750 in interest only. So when he pays it back, he would have to pay back the $7,000 plus $1,750 in interest. All right, which box of cereal is the best to buy? So we're always going to divide our money by the quantity. So in my calculator, I'm dividing 1.59 by 15 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and write it out to the thousandths place. So this would be about 11 cents. The second one, 2.79 divided by 12 is 0.233. So that'd be about 23 cents. The next one, $3.19 divided by 30 is 0.106. So once again, about 11 cents. These are very close. I might have to go out to one more place. This was a 0. And then the last one, 2.99 divided by 16 is, that one would be about 19 cents. So it's between these two, right? So yeah, we do have to go out to the thousandths place. So the first one was 1.59 divided by 15. So this is exactly 1.106. This is exactly 1.1063. So this one is just a tiny bit cheaper than letter C. So A is the best answer. All right, number 4. Which equation is represented by the information on the chart? So we have T and R. So the first one says R is equal to 3 times T. So is 3 times 4 14? No, that's not right. All right, what about the next one? It says R is equal to 3.5 times T. Well, if we plug in a 4, what's 3.5 times 4? That's 14. That one might work. We got to check the other values then. What if we have 3.5 times 5? Is that 17.5? It sure is, 17.5. And what about if we multiply 3.5 times 7? 3.5 times 7, and we get 22.5. So B is the right answer. B is the right answer. All right, number 5, the bill at a restaurant for the Martin family comes to $44. They leave a 20% tip. What is the total cost of the meal? So this is the meal, including sales tax, and we're going to add 20%. So we're going to pay, if $44 is 100% of the bill, plus we're going to pay 20%, we're really going to pay 120% of $44. So I'm going to turn 120% into a decimal, 1.2, and I'm going to multiply that by $44. So we get a total of $52.80. Now, if you had just multiplied 44 times 0.2, that would also work as long as you then add the tip to the total. So the tip is $8.80, and then when we add that to our total, we're still going to get $52.80. So either way you do it, we get the same answer. All right, number 6, which graph shows a proportional relationship? So the two criteria for proportional relationship is that it's a straight line, and it goes through the origin at 0, 0. This is out. This is a straight line, but it doesn't go through 0, 0. Straight line doesn't go through 0, 0, but this one goes through 0, 0. It's a straight line. So C is the proportional relationship. All right, let's look at this one. This is a proportional relationship as well. It represents the number of miles Scott ran over time. So here we have our hours, and here we have our miles. So this shows us in 1 hour, he ran 10 miles. In 2 hours, he ran 20 miles. In 3 hours, he ran 30 miles. So what is the constant of proportionality? So remember, the constant proportionality we get by dividing y by x. Or in other words, when x is 1, the value of y is our constant of proportionality. So 1 hour would be 20 miles. So 20 is our constant of proportionality. And what does point A right here represent on the graph? It represents in 2 hours, Scott ran 20 miles. That's what it means on this graph specifically. All right, number 8, a pair of pants is on sale for 45% off. The original price of the pants is $35. What is the sale price of the pants before tax? So $35 is 100% of our pants price. They're going to subtract away 45% of the price. So what percent of the price are we going to pay? We're going to pay 55% of $35. So I want to know what is 55% of $35. So I multiply 35 times 0.55, and the answer is $19.25. If you found 45% of if you found 45% of 35, that's fine, but then you have to subtract it away from $35, and you would still get the same answer. All right, number 9, Jonathan is making a cake. The recipe calls for 3/4 cups of butter and 1/4 cup of sugar. He used 1 whole cup of butter. Using a proportion, how much sugar will he need? So we got 2 things going on. We have butter over cups, butter over cups. So let's see what it calls for. 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and turn 3/4 into a decimal, 0.75. I can divide 3 by 4 and get 0.75. And 1/4 I know is 0.25. 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. So I'm going to turn this butter into 0.75. Oh, I'm sorry. It should be butter and sugar. Oops, I messed up. So butter and sugar, Sorry. All right, so our butter is 0.75 over 0.25 cups of sugar. And he used 1 whole cup of butter. So we don't know how much sugar he would need. So here's our proportion. We can get rid of these other letters so it won't be so confusing. So we're going to cross multiply and divide. So 0.75 times x is 0.75x. 1 times 0.25 is 0.25. And now we divide by what's attached to our variable. So what is attached to our variable? 0.75. So we're literally dividing 0.25 by 0.75, and the answer is a repeating 3. So 0.33333, that is equal to the fraction 1/3. So the answer is 1/3 cup of sugar, or 0.33333. Okie dokie. Hope you guys are getting them all right. All right, number 10, Janice wants to buy a ring at the jewelry store. The original cost of the ring is $900. That's the original price. It's marked down by 30%, so 30% off. Janice's name turned to Janie. Janie also has to pay 8% sales tax on the ring. What is the total cost of the ring on sale and with sales tax? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is think, okay, well, $900 is 100% of the price. They're going to have a sale. They're going to take 30% away, which means we're going to pay 70% of $900. That's going to be our sale price. We have to do that first. You have to do the tax and the markdown separately. So the first thing we're going to do is multiply 900 times 0.7 to get the sale cost of the ring, the sale price. So 70% of 900 is $630. So now this is the full price of the ring on sale, and that's what we're going to add 8% sales tax to. So we could either multiply this by 0.08, get the sales tax, and add it back to 630. Or we could think now, well, now the sales price is 100% of this price of the ring, plus they're adding 8% sales tax for a total of 108% of $630. So I'm going to do it in one step. I'm just going to turn this into a decimal and multiply by 1.08. So 630 times 1.08 is $680.40. So that's how much the ring will cost on sale and with sales tax. So make sure you do these percentages differently. You cannot add these together and say we're going to pay 78% of the price. That's not the way it happens. Okay, that would be a different total. All right, and then number 11, Audrey sells houses. She makes 2.5% commission, so 2.5% commission on all sales. Her last house sold for $155,000. How much commission did she make on the house? Show your proportion. So we want to know, and you don't have to do a proportion. You could just simply multiply 155,000 times, move this up 2 places, 0.025. Or since it wants a proportion, we can do that. We want to see, this is the total amount of the house. We want to know what the commission is, and this is 2.5% over 100. We could cross multiply and divide, and we get the same answer doing it this way. So 155,000 times 0.025, she earned $3,875 commission on this house. And then number 12, what is the area of the new triangle using a scale factor of 2.5? So our rectangle should get 2.5 times larger than the original, which of course that's probably not 2.5 times larger. So right now our area is 36, but we're going to multiply both of these numbers by 2.5. So our area isn't growing by 2.5 times. It's that number squared actually, but let's just worry about each side length. So if we have 9 times 2.5, we know that the new length here is 22.5. And then we're going to multiply 4 times the scale factor. So 4 times 2.5 is 10. And now to get the new area of our bigger rectangle, we're going to multiply 22.5 times 10, and we get 225 units squared. That is our new area. All right, I think that's the last one. Yep, it sure is. Okay, you guys, I hope you did well. And if you did, then that means you're going to do great on your test tomorrow. Congratulations, and I'll see you for during our regular CBA time tomorrow for you guys to take your test. Bye.